Hello and welcome to VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganye. This week on the Red Carpet, we chat with Sierra Leonean rap artist Cao De Niro about his new album that pays tribute to Africa's Pan-African heroes. In South Africa, young social media influencers and artists are changing the narrative about albinism. We also visit Kenya's female gamers. Those stories and more right here on the Red Carpet. Let's go. Zambians in the US celebrated their country's 60th anniversary with lots of fanfare and music. The event, held in Crystal City in Virginia, was organized by the Organization of Zambians Abroad, OZA. Among the performers was Zambian-based musician Robert Chileshe, popularly known as Chile One. He performed one of his songs dedicated to teachers. Sierra Leonean hip-hop artist Cao De Niro has been making waves on the African music scene for over 20 years, using his voice to speak out on social and political issues in his country. He spoke to me about his latest album, Heroes, a tribute to Africa's Pan-African heroes. Let's check it out. Aside from music, Cao De Niro gained popularity for his role as a social commentator and anti-corruption advocate. He was recently appointed as a special envoy for entertainment and investment by Sierra Leonean President Julius Maada Bio. He talks to me about how his music and message has evolved over the years.
You can tell definitely by the growth process of my creativity, 10 years ago, I was thinking about making the next hit song, just really trying to hit the clubs, hit the radio station, without, really taking some time to it. Now I want to make timeless music. I want to make music that's going to be here for generations, music that will never fade away. People that I listened to that inspired me to do music are the people like the great late Bob Marley, the late great Tupac Shakur, all those people that stood for something, they were not just doing music for merriment, so that's the kind of path in a positive light, That's the same thing I'm trying to do with my own creativity. I feel like I grew from where I was. Now it's more matured music, but I'm still a fierce MC. Certain elements of the game I'm not letting go to where, when it comes to battles, it comes to really showing that, I'm one of the best in the continent. That's always with me.
Yeah. So, and at this point, as a veteran artist, what advice would you give to young African artists who are trying to balance, commercial success, but also creating socially conscious music?
Don't be a one-hit wonder guy, don't just do music for the moment. You have to really dig deep, when you do music that's coming from your soul, it's timeless, because people going to be relating to it forever. I know we all want to do the bling bling. We all want to do something like microwave music that's going to come hit now and then you pass away. I will advise them to really be committed to their craft, to really just have a clean spirit and work hard. You really got to put in a lot of work. Like you said it yourself, you've known Cao De Niro for the longest. I think when I was made the entertainment ambassador, a lot of people thought that would be the end of the music career. Like, oh nah, Cao is about to really hang his boots up. So when I was working on the Heroes album, I have a point to prove. To a lot of people that know, working at the office as the entertainment ambassador, trying to make policies, having meetings, doesn't change anything when I go back to the studio.
Absolutely. The themes of Pan-Africanism, as you said, you're a Pan-Africanist, they run through the album. How do you hope that this album will contribute to the broader conversation around African unity, especially among young people?
Well, I think, the young people are the next generation, and I feel like there's a gap, like my generation, we had a few people that really was invested in learning about our history, and about our past. We pride ourselves, I was born in 1980, so pretty much that was the time when the Wailers we're still rocking them.
Absolutely.
So 85, Peter Tosh and them. In the early 90s, you had Lucky Dube.
Yeah.
So we know about consciousness and music that stands for something.
Absolutely.
But this generation today, there's a gap. they have lost it. You know, they like make drill
I like
music.
that you brought 1980, the year you were born, a seminal moment in African history. Bob Marley was in Zimbabwe singing at the independence celebrations of. But you're saying there's a missing link between that time period and now, with these young people not understanding fully.
They're not understanding that.
Think about it. Think about it. Black man, what's your life about? So many great people. Lights out. Nation slipping with the
In South Africa and elsewhere on the continent, albino people are a target. They face daily discrimination and sometimes even death. But young social media influencers and artists are trying to change the narrative, as Kate Bartlett reports from Johannesburg.
The paintings, drawings and photographs in this exhibition at a Johannesburg gallery all have one thing in common. They depict people with albinism, as portrayed by artists with albinism, like Athonkosi Kwinana.
My self-portraits basically looked at ideas of power. They told my stories of living with albinism.
Albinism is a rare genetic condition caused by a lack of melanin. Skin and hair lacks pigmentation, and those with the condition often suffer from poor eyesight. But as rights advocate Mpho Chape explains, the condition is often misunderstood in South Africa, where racial tensions still prevail.
You are white but not white enough to be white, and black but not black enough to be black. So you are always in that space.
In Africa, myths abound about albinism, often spread by traditional healers. They are kidnapped and mutilated for their body parts for use in traditional medicine. Some people even believe they can cure HIV/AIDS by having sex with a person with albinism.
We are either good luck and they can, take our body parts, or they can kill us because they say we are bad luck. But either way, we get killed.
That was Abongile Kantine, a disability inclusion consultant who works on challenging these misconceptions. Members of Gen Z are also trying to portray albinism in a different light. These are some of the members of the A Squad, a group of social media influencers who met at a school for visually impaired children.
When we decided to open an account just to de-stress from our exams, because we've always loved making TikToks, so we decided why not just make a TikTok account just for fun. And we didn't expect the video to get much views.
But to their surprise, it went viral, and videos of them dancing to Amapiano music have now had over 50 million views. And their videos are opening doors. The A Squad recently did a fashion shoot for a well-known South African designer. The comments haven't always been kind, but Ramon says she and her friends are undeterred by the trolls. Kate Bartlett, VOA News, Johannesburg, South Africa.
The vibrant world of yellow-skinned giants, surreal landscapes, and a massive mechanical zoetrope have taken over the Herschel Museum in the largest U.S. showcase of work by Brazilian twin brothers, Os Gêmeos. It is the most comprehensive display of the brothers' art ever presented in the United States. Maxim Adams has the story.
The new Hirschhorn Museum exhibition, called Os Gêmeos Endless Story, features over 1,000 showpieces, from street murals and monumental sculptures to bright paintings and peculiar installations. It's all work done by twin brothers Otávio and Gustavo Pandolfo, who call themselves Os Gêmeos, which is the twins in Portuguese. The two brothers began their journey in 1987, making street art in their native Sao Paulo. They relied heavily on their imagination, and that helped them develop their unique style. Today their works can be found all over the world, in and on buildings, trains, bridges, and even planes. Their signature yellow-colored characters adorn walls and buildings around the planet.
We love to paint yellow because you have our own identification. And also we have like this, for us, the yellow means very spiritual moment of our life.
The distinctive feature of their style is painting without a background, which creates an impression of characters coming straight out of walls. At the center of their art is the fantasy universe called Treatress that the brothers invented when they were kids. It's a bright and bizarre world filled with surreal images and characters. At the center of the exhibition is a large mechanical installation, a zoetrope decorated with tulips, mushrooms, boats, and human figures. It took the brothers 11 years to finish this art piece.
We like to transform the whole museum in a place that when you get inside, touch your imagination and make you remember that your imagination is alive inside of yourself. Sometimes we forget about that.
The exhibition also includes collaborations between the brothers and the other artists, such as Banksy and Martha Cooper, many of which are being shown to the public for the first time.
Kenya is one of the 16 African countries that have organized female gamers competitions. Kenya's competition attracted at least 10 female gamers competing for a chance to represent the nation in the Democratic Republic of Congo next month. Mohamed Yusuf has the story.
This year's female gaming competition in Kenya attracted 10 gamers compared to last year, where only one female was invited to compete. After more than 4 hours of tough competition, Kenya produced a winner who will represent the country in the Congolese capital, Kinshasa, where 7 other national champions from 7 African countries will compete against each other. Magdalene Mumbi, also known as Bambina in esports, has been playing the game since 2018 and was a favorite to win the competition. The players were playing a fighting game known as Tekken 8, where the players' attacking and defensive skills are tested.
I lost the very first game that I played, and I'm very excited. I made a comeback and won all my games throughout and also won the final game, the deciding match.
The competition aims to encourage more women to join the gaming industry, create diversity and fight toxic behavior that some in the community express against women.
It's a great step forward, especially considering the local scene has been seeing, a male-dominant section within esports. So that's for FIFA, that's for Tekken as well, and the fighting game community in general. So being able to have these opportunities where also ladies can have an opportunity to showcase their talent, to shine, to get a chance to also travel outside and represent the country, it boosts the self-esteem and the confidence to also show up for other events.
There's a lot of women game out there, but because their parents might not approve of gaming, not many young women are coming out. So this is just one platform which women can actually come to showcase their skills, of course get to travel, get to be exposed, and who knows, maybe also get to build a career out of it.
According to the Newzoo Games Analytics company, 46% of game enthusiasts are female. However, the number may be lower in Africa. Abuse from male gamers and harassment are common difficulties faced by female gamers. The digital divide also exacerbates the inclusion of women. Evie Nungari, a geospatial engineering technology student, has fallen in love with esports after being introduced to it by one of her friends. After a year, she says she's improving, and in a year or 2, she hopes to compete for a prize.
With every day learning the game, I'm making so much progress because right now I can compete with other females. I can also compete with males. So I'm making so much progress in learning how to use the sets.
It will take more than a competition to attract more women gamers. The gaming community knows it must also drive positive change by promoting diversity and inclusivity in the ever-expanding and growing esports sector. Mohamed Yusuf, VOA News, Nairobi.
Thanks for watching VOA's Red Carpet. I'm Jackson Vunganyi. For more entertainment news, remember to check us out at voaafrica.com. We are also on Facebook, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Don't forget to like, to share, and to subscribe. Until next time, goodbye everyone.
This week on Healthy Living, We unpack the root causes and impact of phobias and how some people in Malawi with fears like claustrophobia and aerophobia do not receive adequate mental health support.